I don't know if there's going to be a health care vote tonight or not. There, by calculation of some media people on Capitol Hill, it could be 12 votes, it could be 15. Paul Ryan just postponed a press conference. Obviously, he's trying to convince more people. The Freedom Caucus went over to the White House. The White House offered up their final deal. And what's happening, as I can see it, is that the Freedom Caucus is asking the president and the administration to guarantee something they can't guarantee, and that is that rates are going to be held in check. How in the world can you expect the free market, in other words, turning to the insurance companies, to give a guarantee that they're not going to raise your premiums someday? It just doesn't work. And not to beat a dead horse or anything else that might be dead, this is all the residual and the aftermath of not being able to get the public option early on, because there would have been competition from the federal government in every state, and that would have guaranteed every American something to purchase in every state. Instead, the Obamacare settled for just Medicaid expansion. That wasn't enough. So here we are. I'm telling you that until I'm until I'm out of my mind. The insurance companies call the shots. They have one of the most influential lobbies on Capitol Hill. And the Freedom Caucus is saying, well, gosh, we want to go home and tell our people that rates are going to go down. We want to go back home and say that we beat Obamacare, and I'm not going to sign on to it unless I have a guarantee from the White House, an ironclad agreement that guarantees that that's going to happen in phase 2 or 3 or whatever phase they're talking about. Trump can't deliver that. Obama couldn't deliver that. No president can deliver that. And the only way you're going to deliver that is if you have universal health care that is provided by the government, made available to all. And if you want to go buy a supplemental insurance policy, that's where the free market's going to make money. And so that's it in a nutshell, what they're fighting over. And obviously, they are running the risk of really blowing this. Now, let me tell you where the Democrats are. They're behind closed doors high-fiving. They're behind closed doors basically laughing their ass off that, you know what, it took us a long time to do it, and they're finding out they can't get it done in a couple of months. So who knows what's going to happen tonight. If I were a House member, and a repeal is going to be coming with these guys, whether they replace it or not, because they're just bound and determined to do it, I'd vote for the bill. Because it's going to get washed over in the Senate. It's going to get shipped back to the House. From a Republican standpoint, if I was in there, I would vote for it. From a Democratic standpoint, just be quiet. Just the Democrats are playing this correctly right now. Because Obamacare is not as bad as Trump is telling the American people. Rates are going to go up no matter what kind of health care bill you pass. And not everybody's going to end up being a winner. Not every demographic is going to win, no matter what kind of law you have passed. So the Democrats are playing it finally smart for once. And the Republicans have, the hourglass has turned on their credibility about whether they can do something, because they've been bitching about health care for the last 8 years. And now here they are, they can't get it done. So they can't govern. I guess that would be the short analysis on it.
Well, and Ed, just as you started within, we're about 5 minutes in here, and it's at 3:30 in the afternoon. Right now, we're getting reports, nothing official, that it doesn't look like there is going to actually be a vote today.
That's a real possibility, and the reason why there wouldn't be a vote, because they don't have the votes. You know, a good politician doesn't call for a vote unless he knows how the hell it's going to turn out. And so this is going to kick the can down the road. They're going to burn the midnight oil. They're going to set probably a date of next Tuesday or next Wednesday and try to satisfy, I believe, 15. The total's 37, as reported by some. And so they can't lose any more than 22. And so they got work to do. And I don't know what kind of concessions they can make. But if they're looking for a guarantee that rates aren't going to go up, and that's where they are. I mean, you can get rid of the rules of Obamacare. You can get rid of rules of the mandates. I mean, that's not all that hard to do. But when you starting to try to guarantee people that their rates aren't going to go up, there's no way they can do that.
And Trump's the deal maker in chief. The art of the deal, as he says. I mean, if this doesn't go through, he said he's going to he's staying in D.C. this weekend. Is he going to be pushing that flesh and telling people, hey, you got...
Look, hold on a second. He's staying in D.C. this weekend because it's going to be 75 degrees. It's perfect golf weather here. There's no sense in him going to Mar-a-Lago because he's going to play golf down there anyway. So let's just get that straight. Now, if the weather's finally good here, okay, the cherry blossoms and the tee boxes are going to be filled with guys that want to play. So I got that right. No, look, he's going to be working through the weekend. The Republicans are going to do everything they can. But, I don't know. What can they do? They threw $75 billion at senior citizens, people above 55 years old, to help with their increase in premiums, $75 billion in tax credits. It's a bone, but that dog don't hunt either. It didn't do enough. So this might not go anywhere. They might be back to square one.
I mean, no matter what, Trump promised, and the Republicans have always promised, there is going to be an Obamacare repeal. So no matter what, we're eventually going to see it, right?
Well, based on what Trump has told the American people about how great it's going to be, if it's so great, why can't he get the Republicans on board? That's the credibility issue. And then, of course, there's the intel thing that's going on. I don't believe anything the mainstream media is reporting. Don't believe a thing you hear. Wait until the intelligence reports are all in and the FBI is done doing their investigation to finally put this thing to rest. Chairman Nunes is catching all kinds of shit because he went over and briefed the president on what he knows. Now he's kind of walking it back today, saying that, well, I should have told members on the committee and the ranking member. And the Democrats on the Intel Committee are mad at Nunes because he briefed the president. Well, is their position that they don't want the president to know what's going on? Because Nunes said it had nothing to do with Russia. The investigation's about Russia. So if he's got names of people that are being released, and that is the crime, and that's where the focus ought to be, as I see it, and that the FBI is looking at that too, but I think they're playing it wrong on the Democratic side as far as working over Nunes. So what if he told the president? The president deserves to know if his name is in an intel report. I mean, if you go along with, the president should know, then you advocate for a deep state. Then you advocate for authority that is, quote, out of the realm of what this country was supposed to be all about.
You think John McCain caused Nunes to have to come out? He didn't apologize. Everybody said it was a big apology. He kind of walked it back and said, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But I think that was John McCain's doing.
Yeah, John McCain is the poster child for term limits. Please. It's over. I don't like the guy anyway. See you tomorrow.